Most small businesses don't fail because the market was wrong or the timing was off. They fail because the owner never saw it coming. I'm going to show you the 5 things that will kill your business, and more importantly, how to make sure none of them kill yours. Now, I've been in business for a long time. I've built a real estate brokerage from the ground up to over 300 agents and a $6 million annual revenue. And I've coached hundreds of business owners across industries. And what I've seen over and over again is that business failure is almost never a surprise to everyone else. It's usually a surprise only to the owner. Because the warning signs were there, right? They just didn't know what to look for. So today I'm going to give you the 5 most common reasons small businesses fail. Pulled from real experience, not a textbook, and every single one of them, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do about it. And if at any point you're watching this and thinking, this is my business right now, I do a free strategy session. Links in the description. So book it now. All right, let's get into it. The number one reason I see small businesses fail is that the owner's running the business on gut feeling and emotion instead of facts and numbers. You love your product, right? You believe in what you do, and that passion is what got you started. And I respect that completely, but passion doesn't pay the bills, right? Numbers do. I see owners who can't tell their profit margin, can't tell their cost to acquire a customer, can't tell me which service line is actually making them money and which one is just bleeding them dry. They're just busy, right? They're working hard, but they're flying blind. Successful businesses are governed by metrics, financials, and processes, not by how the owner feels on a given Tuesday morning. So to fix, pick 3 to 5 numbers that tell you the real health of your business, whether that's revenue, margin, close rate, customer acquisition cost, pipeline value, and review them every single week without exception. When you know your numbers, you make better decisions. It's just that simple. Reason number 2, and this one is brutal, is that you think you know what problem you're solving with your business, but you actually don't. Not at the level that makes people pull out their wallets. And here's the test. Can you describe your customer's problem in their words, not yours? So specifically that they say, how did you know that's exactly what I'm going through? If you can't do that, you have a positioning problem. Your product or service has to solve a specific, painful, real problem that people will actually pay to fix. And then you have to communicate that solution so clearly, so compellingly, that your target customer feels like you're reading their mind. Now, I see owners fall in love with their solution before they fully understand the problem. They build the thing, they launch it, and then they wonder why nobody's buying it, right? It's because they're solving a problem they assume existed instead of one they verified. So go talk to your customers. Ask them what keeps them up at night. Ask them what they've already tried, and ask them what a solved version of the problem looks like. That conversation is worth more than any market research report. Okay, number 3, and I need you to really hear this because it trips up even experienced owners. Having a great product or service is not enough to build a successful business. Not even close. You also need visibility. People need to know that you exist. You need authority, reasons for people to believe that you can deliver what you say you can, right? You need credibility, testimonials, case studies, proof. You need a marketing strategy that consistently attracts the right people, and you need a customer experience that turns first-time buyers into loyal advocates. At my brokerage, we weren't just selling real estate. We were selling trust, speed, and certainty in one of the most stressful decisions a person makes in their lifetime. Now, our agents could have been average and still close deals in a hot market, but we built a client experience so strong that referrals became our biggest source of business. The product was almost secondary to the experience around it. So your business is not just what you sell, it's every single touch point a customer has with you before, during, and after the sale. Now, if any one of those touch points is weak, it doesn't matter how good your product is. To fix, map your entire customer journey. Find a weak link, fix it, and find the next one. All right, we're halfway through. If this is resonating with you, please hit subscribe so that you get this content every week. And you know what? Share this with a business owner who needs to hear it. Now, 2 more reasons are coming. Number 5 is the one most owners refuse to admit, so stay tuned. All right, reason number 4, inside the business is just as important as outside the business. And most small business owners are so focused on sales, marketing, and operations that they completely neglect the culture they're building inside their 4 walls. Toxic culture kills business quietly. It shows up as a high turnover, disengaged employees, lack of accountability, and a team that does the minimum because nobody's watching. And the owner usually doesn't see it until it's already too late. But here's the flip side. Great culture is one of the most powerful competitive advantages small businesses can have. Zappos went from nothing to being acquired by Amazon for $1.2 billion in 10 years. A massive part of that was their culture and customer service. They were selling shoes, a commodity, and they won on culture. Business is a team sport, and your job as the owner is to build a team that wants to win, not just one that shows up for a paycheck. That means recognizing performance, communicating vision, and creating an environment where people feel like they're part of something worth building. And here's number 5, the one that's hardest to say and hardest to hear. The number 1 thing that will kill your business is you. Specifically, an owner who thinks they know everything and doesn't need help. Confidence is necessary to run a business, no doubt. I'm not questioning that. But there is a very dangerous line between confidence and arrogance, and the owners who cross it believe they have all the answers, resist outside perspectives, who hire people weaker than themselves so they can stay the smartest person in the room, those owners fail at a dramatically higher rate. Now, I've sat across from owners who were brilliant at their craft and completely blind to their own gaps. They were outstanding at the technical work, but weak at leadership, systems, sales, or finance. And instead of getting help in those areas, they just avoided them. And the business reflected it. The owners who succeed long-term are the ones who know exactly what they don't know, and they go find the best possible person or resources to fill those gaps. Now, that's not weakness, that's just smart business decision making, right? You don't have to hire full-time employees to get expertise. There's consultants, coaches, advisors, strategic partners. There are ways to get world-class thinking in your business without a full-time salary, but you have to be willing to admit that you need it first. Well, there you go, 5 reasons, all preventable and all fixable if you catch them early enough. Running on emotion instead of data, not understanding your customer's real problem, thinking a good product is enough, neglecting your culture, and believing you have all the answers. Now, none of these will sneak up on you if you're paying attention, and now you know what to pay attention to. If you watch this and recognize your business in one or more of these areas, don't sit on it and don't feel bad. I do free strategy sessions where we identify exactly where your biggest constraint is and build a path forward together. It's no pitch, just clarity. Now, the link is in the description. Book it this week, and if this gave you something to think about, hit like, subscribe, and share this with another business owner who needs to hear it. The earlier they catch these, the better. In the meantime, go out there and cause and create miracles, and I'll see you in the next video.